The following is an Outdoor Channel original production.
A brother risks his life, finding his way out of a twisted canyon.
It was scary being alone and scary leaving him alone.
At stake was his older brother's life.
I didn't know if he was going to be okay.
Then, when he succeeds, rescuers risk their lives too, in order to find the injured hiker.
It's a very treacherous part of the country, very unforgiving. I just refused to die.
His leg shattered with a life-threatening fracture.
We've got to hurry. This is serious.
It's a race against time for the injured and the rescuers in a high-stakes fight to survive. In the wild, when things go bad, they go bad fast. Without warning, your life can hang by a thread. Adventurer and survivor Craig DiMartino fought back from his own wilderness disaster to reclaim his life. Now Craig meets other courageous outdoorsmen who beat the odds and return from their own fight to survive.
Hi, I'm Craig DiMartino. When accidents happen, we tend to look back and mull over what we could have done differently. For the Harris brothers, Justin and Jeremy, maybe they should have decided to not go hiking in a remote Utah canyon on an unseasonably cold day. But it didn't matter when Justin fell 20 feet, shattering his leg beyond use. Dying from hypothermia was a real threat for both of them. If Jeremy couldn't find his way out of the canyon in time to get help, the harrowing hours they would each spend alone would likely be their last.
The two brothers' morning descent into the canyon gave only a hint of the torturous path that lay ahead. It was cold, wet, and treacherous. Night was closing in fast. As temperatures dipped below freezing, the priority was to get out of the canyon quickly and return to base camp.
You got a down climb. Come on.
Then, when Justin fell and broke his leg, their bad situation became a whole lot worse.
What are we gonna do?
I'll climb through, I'll get help, and I'll bring help back.
We made the decision that Jeremy was going to have to get out of there.
I love you. I love you.
As he was getting ready to leave, we told each other that we loved each other, we'd be strong, and we'd be able to get out of this. I remember him going farther down the canyon from me, and he was gone.
Justin estimated that it could take Jeremy about 3 or 4 hours to wind the few miles out of the canyon and hike back to their base camp. From there, his brother would call for help, and then it would probably take another 3 or 4 hours before a rescue team arrived. In the meantime, Justin could do nothing more than suffer his painful injury and the numbing cold.
I remember just feeling really miserable, really angry, thinking how stupid I was. How could I let that happen? I just leaned into the wall and cried for a while.
To better understand their dire situation, Craig DiMartino returned with Justin and Jeremy to those desolate Utah canyons.
Being alone in that kind of a spot is probably pretty scary.
Everything in my body was saying, lay down, go to sleep, just shut down. And I thought about my wife and kids all the time.
Right.
And I knew I had to do everything that I could to get out of there, get back to them, and be a dad.
Justin forced himself to stay awake, checking on his leg that was severely swollen from a compound break in his shin bone, and doing what he could to keep warm.
I started to wonder about shock. I didn't want to start to lose my mental capacity and not know what was going on. So I sat there and I thought about taking my children's and my wife's names and birth dates. Just repeated that over and over again, and I thought if I could do that 100 times and not forget things, then I was doing fine.
February 4th.
The morning sun brought some relief from the bitter cold.
Hello?
He expected rescuers to arrive by midday.
Hello?
His hope of salvation faded along with the daylight. Dreams of a quick rescue gave way to the nightmare of spending a second night alone in the cold canyon.
I was worried about Jeremy. That's when I started to wonder if maybe he had had an accident or if he had died that night in the canyon. If it's been 24 hours and I haven't heard from anybody, then there's a good chance that he didn't make it out.
Justin had no way of knowing that his brother had in fact made it out of the canyon. From the minute he left Justin, Jeremy struggled for miles over boulders and across freezing pools of runoff water.
No.
At one point, he lost his way and had to retrace his steps. By Sunday morning, he was exhausted, hallucinating and suffering from severe dehydration and hypothermia.
I made it back to base camp. I got in the car and started it and started the heater. Justin had a cell phone there, but it was dead, so I had to charge it. There was no signal at all, zero.
Jeremy climbed atop the truck and got a cell signal, just strong enough to reach the Emery County Sheriff's Department.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
We're up here at Baptist Draw. He fell, he's down in the canyon.
They immediately mobilized the all-volunteer Emery County Search and Rescue Team.
SO701.
Typically, our rescues are slot canyon rescues.
Our ETA, we are 10 minutes out.
They are the most dangerous place I've ever been in my life. It's so remote, it takes a search and rescue team sometimes days to get to people out in that area. It's a very treacherous part of the country. Very unforgiving.
Jeremy, how far down there is Justin?
A couple miles in, I don't know.
Can you tell us how long you guys were hiking before he fell?
No, a few hours, I don't know.
Jeremy was just exhausted beyond belief.
Just go look for him. He's out there somewhere. He's alone.
Just relax. We'll get an ambulance on its way and get you taken care of.
Normally what we do is we would take the person back to where the injured party is, but he was in such a condition, the only thing we could do was have him taken to a hospital.
When I was taken to the ambulance, I was completely depleted. They couldn't even put an IV in me. I was so dehydrated.
Let's split up. We'll work in teams.
Jeremy told the rescuers, as best he could describe, where Justin had fallen.
We decided that we'd have to find out from the top of the canyon where he was down at the bottom.
Justin! Hey, Justin! Oh, Justin!
We could not see the bottom of the canyon.
Justin!
We threw some light sticks down, and they just disappeared.
Down in the dark canyon, Justin had no clue yet that a rescue was in the works.
My body was telling me, lay down and go to sleep, but I couldn't. I was too nervous about maybe falling asleep and not waking up.
If he lost his fight to stay awake, if he nodded off, even for a moment, he might not hear the searchers. If he slept now, he'd likely die in the canyon. As soon as they arrived on scene, the Emery County Search and Rescue Team began combing the remote Utah Canyon for the injured hiker.
We started searching the ledges to see if we could hear him and he could talk back to us and we could find where he was.
Unaware that help was in the area, Justin laid shivering in the bottom of the canyon.
I started to hear things out in the distance.
The team hurled M80 fireworks into the canyon to try to wake Justin if he had lost consciousness.
I figured that's either help on the way or I'm hallucinating and I'm near the end.
Rescue teams walked along the edge of the canyon, calling down to where Justin might be trapped.
We were pretty excited when we heard that voice.
It was almost unreal that it was actually happening. They asked how I was doing, and I told them I was cold, got a broken leg.
But I'm doing all right. How's my brother?
How's Jeremy? And they said he made it out. He's at the hospital getting some help, but he's doing okay.
The crew estimated that Justin was nearly 500 feet below the mesa. A few team members began a treacherous rappel down the steep canyon walls.
We had to do 3 rappels in the dark. Couldn't even see the bottom of where we were rappelling.
I'm over here!
I heard them coming for a while, and I knew they were trying to get to me, and I knew it was really difficult.
The descent into the canyon took the rescuers the entire night.
Justin!
Over here!
Oh, I see him. He's right up here.
Diane Chandler, an EMT and a volunteer on the team,
There's not a lot of room.
was one of the first to reach Justin.
Hey, Justin.
Well, when I first saw him, I was pretty excited. It's like, hey, this guy is alive. He's talking to me. He's coherent.
Just relax. Let us take a look and see what we have here.
She pulled my pant leg up, and I think immediately she knew how bad it was.
I tried to school my face not to show the shock when I looked at his leg.
How bad is it?
Let's just focus on getting you out of here right now, okay?
When she wanted to change the subject, I knew that was probably not a good sign.
It was hard, and it was oozing blood and fluid.
Immediately she knew that it was life-threatening.
All right, I'm gonna go let him know we found you.
Take some deep breaths, try to relax.
This is Diane. Go ahead. I'd say due to the epidermal oozing, the location of the break, and the size of his leg, it's got to be something like compartment syndrome. We need to get him out of here as quickly as we can, okay?
We're looking at about 30 minutes.
Copy that.
Justin's leg showed the effects of blood fluid pressure accumulating under the skin around the injury.
Okay.
Hold all the weight.
Called compartment syndrome, the resulting disruption of blood flow can cause critical damage to vital organs of the body.
All right, I'm gonna slide this splint right under right now.
Compartment syndrome is pretty dangerous. Not just risking a limb, but also for the life, because toxins build up into that compartment. If those are released into the body, you can just die from that.
Up top, the rope team began setting up a system to extract Justin.
We started setting our pulley systems and our belay systems up.
Lovely.
It takes a lot of time to do that, especially out in that area. The anchors are really bad. There's not a lot of trees, so we had to drill bolts to make sure our anchors were safe.
As the rescuers rigged the ropes, Diane tried to stabilize Justin.
I remember her trying to give me an IV,
This is frozen solid.
but as soon as she got the lines out, it would freeze because it was so cold. So she sat with me and she talked to me, and we talked about my family. It was so comforting to have her there to take my mind off of what was happening.
Lots of times people think when you get there, all of a sudden it's over. But really, the work has just begun.
I really just tried to focus on the things that I could do. Stay positive, just focus on staying alive.
For the rescuers,
Ready on top?
Yeah!
getting Justin out of the canyon alive was a race against time. A race they weren't certain they'd win. Justin Harris had fallen deep into a Utah canyon, shattering his leg.
Over here!
The Emery County Search and Rescue Team reached him and stabilized his injuries. They moved quickly to lift the injured 31-year-old out of the tight canyon.
A lot of loose rock right above Justin that we had to work through.
It was 500 feet straight up a wall, and I was in the basket. Ken was attached to the rope, holding the basket and keeping me from banging against the wall.
We're almost there, man.
Ken was just a rock. He was just amazing.
were several obstacles we had to overcome. The team on top worked their guts out getting me and Justin up.
From the hospital, Jeremy watched his brother's rescue unfold on live television.
I knew that they were hauling him up the wall, but I didn't know that he had made it up until I saw it on television.
Frigid November temperatures have added to the urgency.
Yeah. Justin, it's your wife.
Hey, Trish.
I was able to tell my wife I loved her and she loved me, and that things were going to be okay.
A life flight helicopter rushed Justin to the Intermountain Medical Center in Salt Lake City. Justin's wife had made her way to the hospital as fast as she could.
Once we got to the hospital, she came in and gave me a big hug and, said something like, "You're so stupid, but I'm glad you're alive."
Where's the kids?
They're fine. They're with my mom.
It was reassuring because when I was sitting in the canyon, I'm thinking about them. They're my motivation to get through this.
Doctors discovered the extent of the fracture and the grave damage done by the compartment syndrome. Damage that looked irreparable. After multiple surgeries, a decision had to be made.
There was no more oxygen getting to my foot, and even after all the surgeries, they just couldn't save my foot. And so I had to make that decision to have half of my lower leg taken off.
A canyonier's worst nightmare. Slipping off a high ledge and shattering a leg. Justin Harris's long nightmare ended.
Oh, I see him.
When rescuers found him and lifted him 500 feet up from the canyon floor. He was only rescued because his younger brother Jeremy never gave up trying to find his way out of a canyon maze while fighting off hypothermia.
After I got to the hospital, I was able to see Jeremy. It was pretty amazing to look in his eyes and tell him thank you.
I'm serious. Thank you for fighting. Thank you for staying alive.
Thank you for doing everything that you had to do and go through to get out of there, and for not giving up.
I'd be dead if it wasn't for you, man. I'm sorry, man.
No. That time was extremely hard. I felt responsible for what happened. When you feel like you've hurt your brother so bad, it brings you down a lot.
I'll take a picture. Okay.
That night in the canyon, just before Jeremy left Justin to get help, they took a snapshot of each other. They had no idea if they'd ever see each other again.
Remember those pictures I took?
Then, during his visit to Justin's bedside, Jeremy showed him the two images from that night.
He brought the pictures up and showed me the picture of him, and it shows the canyon in the background, and it shows how dark it's getting, and you could really see the fear on his face. Then I looked at the picture of me, and I had this sort of look of misery on my face, like I'm having my worst day. Then I noticed on the side of the picture there was something a little different, and I thought, wow, that's interesting. And I thought about that moment that we took that picture, and I thought about how we had this wonderful moment as brothers. And I thought, well, maybe we captured an angel.
It's my guardian angel. Wow, I never noticed that.
That guardian angel may have helped save Justin from the canyon, but it couldn't help save Justin's leg.
We got to the point where there was no blood flow anymore.
Yeah.
And it was obvious that the leg was deteriorating fast. I did some real soul searching and thinking about what that would mean for me as a husband, as a provider, as a father. And I realized that all the things that matter weren't going to change. It's just a leg.
Right.
I'm still here.
It's not Justin, it's a leg.
I'd give the other one to stay alive.
Right.
It's just amazing to have that second chance and still be here.
Not long after the accident, Justin's wife Trish gave him some wonderful news. They were going to have another baby, a girl.
We named her Emery Faith Harris in honor of Emery County Search and Rescue. Life today is great, is challenging. I've learned that sometimes you have to plan a little bit more in advance, and you might have to find a different way to do something, but I found that I can do just about anything I want to do.
So you haven't been like in the climbing setup kind of since that day?
Craig returned with Justin to the remote Utah canyons that he had once enjoyed exploring.
Go right in here and the rope will run nice and smooth, kind of like what you guys did that day. You know, a couple longer rappels, but it'll get you down to the bottom.
And with Craig's guidance, Justin regained something else very important to him. Something that he thought he had lost forever.
Sometimes we go through difficult things, and sometimes there are challenges.
Lean into it.
But if we keep moving forward and we love each other, we'll get through anything.
Woo! To see him do what he does with one leg is amazing. He takes care of everything. He holds it down, and he's only got one leg.
Lovely.
Justin's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
All right. That's great.
Awesome.
That's great.
Welcome back.
Yes.
Welcome back, my friend. When their bodies started to fail them, both brothers somehow found the inner strength to keep going. They both had some survival training, but perhaps just as important was the love these two brothers had for each other. It made all the difference in their epic fight to survive.